What if the stories we tell today are echoes of tales told thousands of years ago? Think about the last time you watched a superhero movie, read a fantasy novel, or even played a video game. Chances are you were experiencing a modern twist on an ancient myth. These timeless stories, born from the imaginations of our ancestors, are still very much alive, shaping the way we see the world, the art we create, and even the words we use every day. From the epic battles of gods and heroes to the cautionary tales of hubris and fate, ancient myths have left an indelible mark on our culture. They've inspired blockbuster films, best-selling books, and even the way we understand human nature. In this video, we're diving into 25 ancient myths that continue to influence modern culture in ways you might not expect. Get ready to uncover the surprising connections between the past and the present, and discover how these age-old stories are still shaping our lives today. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll see the world and your favorite stories in a whole new light. Now turning to the very beginning of all things, let's explore the creation myths that have shaped how we understand the origins of the world. Across cultures, from the Greeks to the Norse and the Mesopotamians, these ancient stories share a common thread. They all grapple with the idea of how something came from nothing. In Greek mythology, the universe begins with chaos, a formless void from which the first gods emerge to bring order. Similarly, in Norse mythology, the world is born from the clash of fire and ice, with the gods shaping the land from the body of a giant. And in Mesopotamian tradition, the epic of Enuma Elish tells of a cosmic battle between gods, leading to the creation of the earth and sky. These myths aren't just relics of the past, they've deeply influenced modern storytelling. Think about how many science fiction stories start with a chaotic universe, only for heroes or forces of order to step in and shape it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, for example, often draws on these themes, with characters like Thor embodying the divine intervention seen in Norse myths. Even religious narratives like the biblical story of Genesis echo the idea of order emerging from chaos, a concept that resonates across cultures and time. What's fascinating is how these ancient themes continue to inspire. The struggle between chaos and order, the role of divine beings in shaping the world, and the idea of creation as a transformative act. These are all elements we see in everything from blockbuster movies to best-selling novels. Whether it's the birth of a new galaxy in a sci-fi epic or the founding of a fictional world in fantasy literature, the echoes of these ancient creation myths are everywhere. They remind us that, even in our modern age, we're still asking the same fundamental questions about where we come from and how our world began. Now shifting our focus to the trials of one of mythology's most iconic figures, let's dive into the myth of Hercules and its lasting impact on the archetype of the hero. Hercules, known for his incredible strength and his 12 labors, embodies the classic hero's journey, a narrative structure that has become a cornerstone of modern storytelling. His story is one of struggle, redemption, and ultimate triumph, themes that resonate deeply with audiences even today. The hero's journey, a concept popularized by scholar Joseph Campbell, finds its roots in ancient myths like that of Hercules. Campbell identified a recurring pattern in myths across cultures where a hero embarks on an adventure, faces trials, and returns transformed. Hercules' journey is a perfect example. He is called to action, faces seemingly impossible challenges, and ultimately achieves greatness. This framework isn't just a relic of the past, it's the backbone of countless modern stories. Take, for instance, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Characters like Thor and Iron Man follow the hero's journey much like Hercules. They start as flawed individuals, face monumental challenges, and emerge as heroes. Similarly, in Star Wars, Luke Skywalker's journey from a farm boy to a galactic savior mirrors the same structure. These stories captivate us because they tap into universal themes of growth, resilience, and the triumph of good over evil. What makes Hercules' story so enduring is its relatability. His struggles with his own humanity, his mistakes, and his quest for redemption make him a deeply human hero. These elements are echoed in modern characters who, despite their extraordinary abilities, grapple with very human emotions and flaws. Whether it's a superhero battling inner demons or a protagonist overcoming personal obstacles, the influence of Hercules and the hero's journey is unmistakable. As we continue to explore these ancient myths, it's clear that their themes are timeless. The hero's journey, rooted in stories like Hercules, continues to shape how we tell stories about courage, transformation, and the human spirit. Next, we'll uncover how another ancient myth, this time about a great flood, has shaped our modern narratives of disaster and survival. Now turning to a story that spans cultures and continents, let's explore the flood myth, a tale of catastrophe and survival that has echoed through time. From the Mesopotamian epic of Gilgamesh to the biblical story of Noah's Ark and the Hindu legend of Manu, flood myths share a common thread: humanity's struggle against overwhelming natural forces and the hope for renewal. These ancient stories, though rooted in different traditions, reveal a universal fascination with themes of destruction, survival, and rebirth. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known stories, the hero Utnapishtim is warned by the gods of an impending flood and builds a massive boat to save his family and animals. Sound familiar? This narrative strikingly parallels the biblical tale of Noah, who is also instructed to build an ark to survive a divine deluge. Similarly, in Hindu tradition, Manu is saved by a fish that guides him to safety as the world is submerged. These stories, though separated by geography and culture, reflect a shared human experience, our vulnerability to nature's power and our resilience in the face of disaster. But these myths aren't just relics of the past. They've profoundly influenced modern storytelling, particularly in disaster narratives. Films like 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow draw directly from these ancient tales, portraying humanity's struggle against apocalyptic floods and environmental collapse. These modern stories tap into the same primal fears and hopes as their ancient counterparts, reminding us of our fragile relationship with the natural world. What makes these flood myths so enduring is their ability to resonate across time. They speak to our deepest anxieties about survival and our capacity for renewal. Whether it's the ark that saves Noah or the spaceship that carries humanity to safety in Interstellar, the core message remains the same. Even in the face of overwhelming destruction, there is hope for a new beginning. As we reflect on these ancient stories, it's clear that their themes are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. They remind us of the power of storytelling to explore our fears, our resilience, and our connection to the world around us. Next, we'll descend into the underworld, where myths of death, judgment, and redemption await. Now shifting our gaze to the shadows, let's venture into the realm of the underworld, a place where myths of death, judgment, and redemption have captivated imaginations for millennia. In Greek mythology, the underworld is ruled by Hades, a somber and mysterious figure who presides over the souls of the dead. It's a place of trials where heroes like Orpheus descend to confront their deepest fears and seek redemption. Similarly, in Egyptian mythology, the Duat is a complex afterlife realm where souls are judged by Osiris, their hearts weighed against the feather of Mat to determine their fate. These myths, though distinct, share a common exploration of what lies beyond life, a theme that continues to resonate in modern storytelling. Take, for example, the hit TV series The Good Place. This modern take on the afterlife cleverly reimagines the concept of judgment and redemption, blending humor with profound questions about morality and human nature. The show's depiction of a structured afterlife, complete with trials and moral reckonings, echoes the ancient myths of Hades and the Duat. Similarly, the video game Hades immerses players in the Greek underworld, where they navigate its labyrinthine depths, battling mythical creatures and uncovering the stories of its inhabitants. These modern interpretations breathe new life into ancient themes, proving that our fascination with the afterlife is as strong as ever. What makes these underworld myths so compelling is their exploration of universal human concerns: what happens after we die, how we are judged, and whether redemption is possible. These stories remind us that the journey doesn't end with death. It's merely a transition to a new phase of existence. Whether it's the trials of the Jewat or the challenges of Hades, these myths offer a glimpse into humanity's enduring quest for meaning and understanding. As we reflect on these tales, it's clear that the underworld is more than just a setting. It's a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and hopes. From ancient myths to modern media, the stories of the afterlife continue to shape how we think about life, death, and what lies beyond. Next, we'll step onto the battlefield of the Trojan War, where myths of heroism, betrayal, and destiny await. Now stepping onto the blood-soaked plains of ancient Troy, we find ourselves immersed in one of the most legendary conflicts in mythology, the Trojan War. This epic tale, rooted in Greek mythology, is a story of heroism, betrayal, and the intricate web of human emotions that drive us to both greatness and ruin. At its heart, the war is sparked by the abduction of Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, by Paris of Troy. What follows is a decade-long siege filled with larger-than-life figures like Achilles, Hector, and Odysseus, whose actions and fates have echoed through the ages. The Trojan War isn't just a story of battles and bloodshed. It's a rich tapestry of themes that continue to shape modern storytelling. Take, for instance, the 2004 film Troy, which brings the myth to life with its sweeping portrayal of the conflict. The movie captures the grandeur of the war, the tragic heroism of Achilles, and the devastating consequences of pride and ambition. Similarly, Madeline Miller's novel The Song of Achilles reimagines the relationship between Achilles and Patroclus, weaving a poignant tale of love and loss that resonates deeply with contemporary audiences. These modern retellings prove that the Trojan War's themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and the cost of glory are timeless, but the influence of the Trojan War extends beyond entertainment. Its narratives of political intrigue and the consequences of war have found their way into modern political dramas and historical fiction. The idea of a seemingly endless conflict, driven by pride and miscommunication, mirrors real-world struggles that continue to unfold today. The Trojan horse, a symbol of cunning and deception, has even become a metaphor in cybersecurity, representing hidden threats that can bring down entire systems. What makes the Trojan War so enduring is its exploration of the human condition. It's a story about the choices we make, the alliances we form, and the legacies we leave behind. Whether it's the tragic fall of Hector, the wrath of Achilles, or the clever stratagems of Odysseus, these characters and their struggles remind us of the complexities of life and the enduring power of myth. As we leave the battlefield of Troy behind, we'll set sail with Odysseus on his epic journey home, where new adventures and challenges await. Now shifting our gaze from the battlefield to the open sea, we embark on a journey as timeless as the stars themselves, Homer's Odyssey. This epic tale of Odysseus' 10-year voyage home after the fall of Troy is more than just a story of adventure. It's a profound exploration of perseverance, identity, and the longing for home. From battling mythical creatures like the Cyclops and the Sirens to navigating the wrath of the gods, Odysseus' journey is a masterclass in resilience and ingenuity, themes that continue to inspire modern storytelling. Take, for example, the Coen brothers' film O Brother, Where Art Thou?, a modern retelling of the Odyssey set in the American South during the Great Depression. Here, Odysseus becomes Ulysses Everett McGill, a charming yet flawed protagonist on a quest to return to his family. The film mirrors the original myth's themes of perseverance and self-discovery, blending humor and heartache as Ulysses and his companions face trials that test their resolve. Even the Sirens make an appearance, reimagined as seductive singers who lure the travelers into danger. This clever adaptation shows how the Odyssey's core themes remain relevant no matter the setting. On a grander scale, Christopher Nolan's Interstellar draws on the Odyssey's exploration of homecoming and the human spirit. While the film is set in the vastness of space, its emotional core revolves around Cooper's relentless drive to return to his family, echoing Odysseus' own struggle. Both stories highlight the idea that the journey home is as much about internal transformation as it is about physical travel. The challenges Cooper faces, time dilation, isolation, and impossible choices, mirror the trials of Odysseus, reminding us that the greatest adventures often lie within ourselves. The Odyssey also resonates in the world of video games, where players step into the shoes of heroes on epic quests. Games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey allow players to explore ancient Greece, making choices that shape their journey and echoing the themes of fate and free will found in Homer's work. These interactive experiences bring the myth to life in a way that feels personal and immersive, proving that the Odyssey's appeal is as universal as ever. What makes the Odyssey so enduring is its ability to speak to the human experience. It's a story about the trials we face, the lessons we learn, and the homes we long to return to. Whether it's through film, literature, or gaming, the Odyssey continues to remind us that the journey is just as important as the destination. And as we leave Odysseus' ship behind, we'll turn our attention to another legendary figure whose trials and triumphs have shaped the modern imagination: Hercules and his 12 labors. Now, as we step into the realm of impossible feats and legendary trials, we encounter the myth of Hercules and his 12 labors. This tale of strength, perseverance, and redemption has become a cornerstone of modern storytelling, inspiring countless narratives where heroes face seemingly insurmountable challenges. Hercules, born with divine strength but burdened by a tragic fate, was tasked with completing 12 labors as penance for his actions. These labors, ranging from slaying the Nemean lion to capturing the Golden Hind, were not just physical trials but tests of character, ingenuity, and resilience. This myth's influence is vividly seen in the world of video games, where players often take on the role of a hero facing a series of escalating challenges. Take God of War, for example, where Kratos, much like Hercules, battles gods and monsters in a quest for redemption. The game's structure mirrors the 12 labors, with each level presenting a new, more daunting obstacle. Similarly, in Final Fantasy and The Legend of Zelda, players embark on quests that require them to overcome trials, solve puzzles, and defeat powerful foes, echoing the essence of Hercules' journey. Superhero origin stories also draw heavily from the Hercules myth. Characters like Thor and Superman, with their godlike strength and moral dilemmas, reflect the duality of Hercules' divine power and human vulnerability. The idea of a hero proving their worth through a series of trials is a recurring theme in comic books and films. For instance, in Thor: Ragnarok, Thor must confront his own limitations and rise above them, much like Hercules did in his labors. These stories remind us that true heroism isn't just about physical strength, but about the courage to face one's fears and flaws. What makes the labors of Hercules so enduring is their universal appeal. They symbolize the human struggle to overcome adversity, no matter how impossible the odds may seem. Whether it's in the form of a video game, a superhero movie, or a classic myth, the message remains the same: greatness is forged in the fires of challenge. And as we leave Hercules behind, we'll turn our attention to another myth that warns of the dangers of unchecked curiosity: Pandora's box. Now, as we shift our focus to the dangers of unchecked curiosity, we arrive at the myth of Pandora's box. This ancient Greek tale serves as a timeless warning about the consequences of meddling with forces beyond our control. According to the myth, Pandora, the first woman created by the gods, was given a mysterious box and told never to open it. But curiosity got the better of her, and when she lifted the lid, she unleashed all the evils of the world: pain, suffering, and despair. Only hope remained trapped inside, a small but vital reminder of resilience in the face of chaos. This myth has become a powerful metaphor in modern storytelling, often used to explore themes of curiosity, responsibility, and unintended consequences. Take Jurassic Park, for example. The film's central premise, scientists resurrecting dinosaurs through genetic engineering, mirrors Pandora's story. Just as Pandora's curiosity led to disaster, the scientists' ambition to play God results in catastrophic consequences. The park's collapse serves as a stark reminder that some boundaries are not meant to be crossed, no matter how advanced our technology becomes. Similarly, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein draws heavily from the Pandora myth. Victor Frankenstein's relentless pursuit of knowledge and his creation of the monster parallel Pandora's fateful decision to open the box. Both stories highlight the dangers of unchecked ambition and the ethical dilemmas that arise when humans attempt to wield power they don't fully understand. The monster, much like the evils released from Pandora's box, becomes a symbol of the unintended consequences of playing with forces beyond our control. What makes Pandora's box so enduring is its universal relevance. It speaks to the human tendency to seek answers even when the risks are great. Whether it's in the form of a blockbuster movie, a classic novel, or an ancient myth, the message remains the same. Curiosity is a double-edged sword capable of both discovery and destruction. And as we close the lid on Pandora's story, we'll turn our attention to another myth that delves into the complexities of human nature, the tale of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth. Now, as we step into the shadowy corridors of ancient Greek mythology, we encounter the chilling tale of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth. This myth, rooted in the story of King Minos of Crete, tells of a monstrous half-man, half-bull creature confined within an intricate maze designed by the master craftsman Daedalus. The labyrinth, impossible to navigate, becomes a symbol of entrapment and the human struggle against insurmountable odds. Every 9 years, 7 young men and 7 young women from Athens were sent as tribute to be devoured by the Minotaur, until the hero Theseus, with the help of Ariadne's thread, finally slays the beast and escapes the maze. This myth has left an indelible mark on modern storytelling, particularly in the realms of horror and psychological thrillers. The labyrinth, with its twisting, claustrophobic passages, has become a powerful metaphor for the complexities of the human mind and the inescapable traps of fear and madness. Take Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, for example. The Overlook Hotel, with its endless hallways and shifting layouts, mirrors the labyrinth's disorienting structure. Jack Torrance's descent into madness parallels the Minotaur's monstrous nature, as both characters become prisoners of their own destructive impulses. The hotel, much like the labyrinth, becomes a place where escape seems impossible, and the lines between reality and nightmare blur. Similarly, Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth reimagines the labyrinth as a place of both terror and wonder. The young protagonist, Ophelia, navigates a maze filled with fantastical creatures and moral challenges, reflecting the myth's themes of entrapment and transformation. The labyrinth here symbolizes not just physical confinement, but also the psychological and emotional struggles of growing up in a world of cruelty and uncertainty. Ophelia's journey, like Theseus's, is one of courage and resilience as she confronts the monsters within and around her. What makes the Minotaur and the labyrinth so enduring is their ability to capture the universal experience of feeling trapped, whether by external forces or internal demons. These stories remind us that the path to freedom is often fraught with danger and uncertainty, but it is through facing our fears that we find our way out. And as we leave the labyrinth behind, we'll venture into the next myth where fire and rebellion take center stage, the story of Prometheus. Now, as the flames of the Minotaur's labyrinth fade, we rise from the ashes to explore a myth that embodies the very essence of rebirth, the phoenix. This legendary bird, found in both Egyptian and Greek mythology, is said to burst into flames at the end of its life, only to be reborn from its own ashes. The phoenix symbolizes renewal, immortality, and the cyclical nature of life, themes that resonate deeply in modern storytelling. In Egyptian mythology, the phoenix, known as the Bennu bird, was associated with the sun god Ra and the concept of eternal life. It was believed to rise with the sun each morning, representing the daily renewal of the world. The Greeks adopted this myth, weaving it into their own tales of transformation and resilience. The phoenix became a powerful metaphor for overcoming destruction and emerging stronger, a theme that continues to inspire countless narratives today. One of the most iconic modern interpretations of the phoenix can be found in the Harry Potter series. Fawkes, Dumbledore's loyal companion, is a phoenix whose tears have healing properties and whose rebirth symbolizes hope and resilience in the face of darkness. Fawkes' presence in the story underscores the idea that even in the bleakest moments, renewal and redemption are possible. Similarly, in the X-Men universe, Jean Grey's transformation into the Phoenix represents both immense power and the struggle for control over one's destiny. Her story explores the duality of destruction and rebirth, as the Phoenix force within her becomes a symbol of both chaos and renewal. The Phoenix's enduring appeal lies in its ability to capture the human desire for second chances and the hope that even after devastation, something beautiful can emerge. Its symbolism transcends cultures and time, reminding us that endings are often just the beginning of something new. As we leave the fiery rebirth of the Phoenix behind, we'll turn our attention to the next myth, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance, the Norse tale of Ragnarok. Now, as the fiery rebirth of the Phoenix fades into the horizon, we step into the chilling winds of Norse mythology, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance, Ragnarok. This cataclysmic event, often referred to as the Twilight of the Gods, is not just an end but a dramatic turning point in Norse lore. Ragnarok tells the story of a great battle that brings about the destruction of the gods, the world, and even the cosmos itself. Yet, within this devastation lies the promise of renewal, as a new world rises from the ashes of the old. This duality of destruction and rebirth has made Ragnarok a powerful source of inspiration for modern apocalyptic storytelling. In the myth, Ragnarok begins with a series of ominous signs, winters that never end, the sun and moon swallowed by wolves, and the earth trembling as the great serpent Jormungandr emerges from the sea. The gods, led by Odin, face off against giants, monsters, and their own fates in a final, epic battle. Thor battles Jormungandr, Odin confronts the wolf Fenrir, and the fire giant Surtur engulfs the world in flames. Yet, after the dust settles, the surviving gods and two human survivors emerge to rebuild a world that is greener, brighter, and full of new possibilities. This cyclical narrative of destruction and renewal resonates deeply with modern audiences, who often grapple with themes of survival and hope in the face of catastrophe. One of the most striking modern adaptations of Ragnarok can be found in Marvel's Thor, Ragnarok. The film reimagines the myth as a cosmic battle where Thor must confront his sister Hela, the goddess of death, and the impending destruction of Asgard. While the movie takes creative liberties, it captures the essence of Ragnarok, its themes of loss, sacrifice, and the inevitability of change. The destruction of Asgard is not just an end but a necessary step toward a new beginning, mirroring the cyclical nature of the original myth. Similarly, in the Avengers series, the apocalyptic stakes of battles like those in Infinity War and Endgame echo the grandeur and finality of Ragnarok, while also emphasizing the resilience and unity needed to overcome insurmountable odds. The enduring appeal of Ragnarok lies in its ability to reflect humanity's deepest fears and highest hopes. It reminds us that even in the face of total destruction, there is always the potential for renewal and growth. This myth has become a blueprint for modern stories that explore the fragility of existence and the enduring spirit of survival. As we leave the ashes of Ragnarok behind, we'll turn our gaze to the next myth, where the threads of destiny are spun by three mysterious figures, the Fates. Now, as we step away from the fiery chaos of Ragnarok, we find ourselves in the quiet, unyielding presence of the Fates' three sisters who hold the threads of destiny in their hands. In Greek mythology, the Moirai, or the Fates, are the weavers of life's tapestry, controlling the past, present, and future of every mortal and god alike. Clotho spins the thread of life, Lachesis measures its length, and Atropos cuts it, deciding when a life will end. This powerful trio embodies the tension between fate and free will, a theme that continues to captivate modern storytellers and audiences. The myth of the Fates raises profound questions about the nature of destiny. Are our lives predetermined, or do we have the power to shape our own paths? This timeless debate has found its way into countless modern narratives, where characters grapple with the idea of being bound by forces beyond their control. Take, for example, The Matrix. In this iconic film, Neo is presented with a choice: take the red pill and uncover the truth of his reality, or take the blue pill and remain blissfully unaware. While the story explores themes of illusion and liberation, it also delves into the idea of predestination. Neo is prophesied to be the One, a savior destined to end the war between humans and machines. Yet his journey is also one of self-discovery and choice, highlighting the interplay between fate and free will. Similarly, the Final Destination series takes the concept of fate and turns it into a chilling game of survival. In these films, characters cheat death only to find that fate has a plan of its own. No matter how hard they try to escape their predetermined ends, death finds them in increasingly creative and inevitable ways. This relentless pursuit by fate underscores the idea that some things are simply beyond human control, a theme that resonates deeply with audiences who fear the unpredictability of life. The Fates also appear in more subtle ways across modern media. In The Matrix, the Oracle serves as a modern-day counterpart to the Moirai, offering cryptic glimpses into the future that guide Neo's choices. In Final Destination, the eerie sense of inevitability mirrors the Fates' unyielding control over life and death. These stories remind us that while we may strive to take control of our lives, there are always forces, whether divine, cosmic, or simply the randomness of existence, that shape our paths in ways we cannot fully understand. As we leave the realm of the Fates, we'll turn our attention to another myth that explores the allure of danger and temptation, the Sirens. But for now, the Fates remind us that the threads of destiny are woven with both certainty and mystery, inviting us to ponder the delicate balance between what is written and what we choose to write ourselves. Now, as we set sail into the next chapter of our journey, we encounter the Sirens, those enchanting yet perilous figures from Greek mythology whose songs have lured sailors to their doom for centuries. The Sirens, often depicted as half-bird, half-woman creatures, embody the irresistible pull of temptation and the dangers that lie beneath its surface. Their haunting melodies promised knowledge and pleasure, but those who succumbed to their call met a tragic end, their ships dashed against the rocks. This myth of allure and peril has echoed through the ages, finding its way into modern stories that explore the fine line between desire and destruction. In Pirates of the Caribbean, on stranger tides, the Sirens make a chilling appearance, their beauty masking a deadly intent. These modern sirens captivate the crew with their mesmerizing voices, drawing them into the water where they meet a grim fate. The film captures the essence of the myth, portraying the sirens as both irresistible and lethal, a reminder of the dangers that come with unchecked desire. Similarly, in The Little Mermaid, the character of Ursula, though not a siren herself, channels their seductive power. Her enchanting voice and manipulative promises lure Ariel into a dangerous bargain, echoing the siren's ability to exploit longing and vulnerability. The myth of the Sirens also resonates in stories beyond the screen. In literature, their influence can be seen in characters who use charm and deception to lead others astray. The Sirens' legacy is a cautionary tale about the seductive nature of temptation and the consequences of yielding to it. Whether in ancient myths or modern adaptations, their story serves as a powerful metaphor for the human struggle against our own desires and the risks of losing ourselves in pursuit of the unknown. As we navigate away from the Sirens' treacherous waters, we'll soon find ourselves facing another myth that explores the strength and independence of women, the Amazons. But for now, the Sirens remind us that the most alluring paths are often the most dangerous, urging us to tread carefully as we chart our course through life's temptations. Now, as we step into the realm of fierce warriors and unyielding independence, we encounter the Amazons, a legendary tribe of women from Greek mythology who have left an indelible mark on modern storytelling. The Amazons were said to be a society of skilled fighters, living without men and embodying strength, courage, and self-reliance. Their myth has become a powerful symbol of female empowerment, inspiring countless portrayals of strong, independent women in today's media. One of the most iconic modern interpretations of the Amazons is Wonder Woman, a character whose origins are deeply rooted in this ancient myth. Created in the 1940s, Wonder Woman, also known as Diana Prince, hails from the Messera, an island paradise inhabited solely by Amazons. Her story draws directly from the myth, portraying her as a warrior princess who leaves her homeland to fight for justice and equality in the world of men. Wonder Woman's strength, compassion, and unwavering sense of duty reflect the ideals of the Amazons, making her a timeless symbol of female heroism. But the influence of the Amazons extends far beyond Wonder Woman. In films like Wonder Woman 1984 and Justice League, the Amazons are depicted as a formidable force, their combat skills and unity serving as a testament to their enduring legacy. These modern adaptations not only honor the myth but also reimagine it for contemporary audiences, showcasing the Amazons as both warriors and protectors of peace. The myth of the Amazons also resonates in literature and television, where strong female characters often embody their spirit. From Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games to Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones, the archetype of the warrior woman continues to captivate audiences. These characters, like the Amazons, challenge traditional gender roles and redefine what it means to be powerful and independent. As we move forward, the myth of the Amazons reminds us of the enduring power of stories that celebrate strength and resilience. Their legacy lives on, inspiring new generations to embrace their own inner warriors and fight for a better world. And as we prepare to face the next myth, we'll explore how ancient tales of monsters and heroes continue to shape our modern imagination. Now, as we shift our gaze to the realm of towering giants and fearsome creatures, we encounter the Cyclops, a one-eyed monster from Greek mythology that has left a lasting impression on modern storytelling. The Cyclops, most famously depicted in Homer's The Odyssey, is a symbol of raw power and primal fear. These colossal beings, with their single eye and immense strength, have become a staple in tales of danger and adventure, inspiring countless reimaginings in literature, film, and beyond. In the Odyssey, the Cyclops Polyphemus serves as a formidable obstacle for Odysseus and his crew. Trapped in the giant's cave, Odysseus must rely on his wit and cunning to escape, a moment that has become iconic in the annals of storytelling. This myth not only highlights the tension between brute force and human ingenuity, but also sets the stage for how monsters are portrayed in modern narratives. The Cyclops embodies the unknown and the terrifying, a theme that continues to resonate in contemporary works. Fast forward to modern adaptations, and the Cyclops remains a powerful figure. In Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, the Cyclops is reimagined as both a threat and an ally, reflecting the complexity of these ancient beings. Characters like Tyson, Percy's Cyclops' half-brother, challenge the traditional portrayal of Cyclops as mere monsters, instead showcasing their capacity for loyalty and kindness. This nuanced take on the myth adds depth to the archetype, proving that even the most fearsome creatures can have layers of humanity. The Cyclops also appears in various film adaptations of the Odyssey, where its towering presence and menacing demeanor are brought to life with stunning visual effects. These portrayals often emphasize the Cyclops as a symbol of overwhelming power, a force that must be outsmarted rather than overpowered. This dynamic continues to influence how monsters are depicted in modern media, from fantasy epics to science fiction thrillers. Beyond literature and film, the Cyclops has found its way into video games, where its imposing figure and single eye make it a memorable adversary. Games like God of War and Assassin's Creed Odyssey draw directly from the myth, using the Cyclops to challenge players and immerse them in a world of ancient legends. These adaptations keep the myth alive, introducing it to new audiences and ensuring its place in the pantheon of iconic monsters. The myth of the Cyclops reminds us of the enduring appeal of larger-than-life creatures in storytelling. Whether as a symbol of fear, a test of wit, or a complex character, the Cyclops continues to captivate our imagination. And as we prepare to explore the next myth, we'll see how ancient tales of treasure and adventure continue to shape our modern narratives. Now, as we set sail into the realm of legendary quests, we encounter the myth of Jason and the Argonauts and their pursuit of the Golden Fleece, a tale that has inspired countless treasure-hunting adventures in modern storytelling. This ancient Greek myth, rich with themes of bravery, betrayal, and the allure of the unknown, continues to captivate audiences, shaping how we imagine epic journeys and the treasures that lie at their end. The story begins with Jason, a hero destined to reclaim his throne, who assembles a crew of legendary figures, the Argonauts, to embark on a perilous voyage. Their goal: to retrieve the Golden Fleece, a symbol of kingship and divine favor, guarded by a dragon in the distant land of Colchis. Along the way, Jason faces trials that test his leadership, courage, and resolve, from navigating treacherous seas to outwitting formidable foes. This myth not only celebrates the spirit of adventure, but also explores the complexities of human ambition and the sacrifices required to achieve greatness. Fast forward to modern times, and the influence of the Golden Fleece myth is unmistakable. In films like Indiana Jones and National Treasure, we see echoes of Jason's quest in the daring exploits of treasure hunters who brave danger and solve riddles to uncover priceless artifacts. These stories, much like the myth, blend action, mystery, and a touch of the supernatural, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats. The Golden Fleece serves as a timeless metaphor for the ultimate prize, one that drives characters to push beyond their limits and confront their deepest fears. But the myth's impact goes beyond entertainment. It also reflects our enduring fascination with the unknown and the lengths we'll go to uncover hidden truths. Whether it's a lost relic, a buried treasure, or a long-forgotten secret, the quest for the Golden Fleece reminds us that the journey itself is often as valuable as the prize. It's a theme that resonates deeply in our collective imagination, inspiring us to dream big and pursue our own golden fleeces in life. As we prepare to delve into the next myth, we'll see how ancient tales of cunning and strategy continue to shape our modern narratives, proving that the lessons of the past are never truly lost. Now, as we shift our focus to the realm of cunning and strategy, we arrive at one of the most iconic tales of deception in ancient mythology, the Trojan horse. This legendary story, rooted in the final days of the Trojan War, has become a timeless symbol of trickery and tactical brilliance, influencing countless narratives in modern culture. The myth tells of how the Greeks, after years of failed attempts to conquer Troy, devised a masterful plan to infiltrate the city. They constructed a massive wooden horse, hiding their finest warriors inside, and presented it as a gift to the Trojans. Believing it to be a peace offering, the Trojans brought the horse within their walls, only to face destruction when the Greek soldiers emerged under cover of night. This act of subterfuge not only secured victory for the Greeks, but also cemented the Trojan horse as a metaphor for hidden danger and strategic deception. Fast forward to today, and the legacy of the Trojan horse is alive and well, particularly in the fields of cybersecurity and espionage. In the digital age, the term Trojan horse has been adopted to describe malicious software that disguises itself as harmless or legitimate, only to infiltrate and compromise systems once inside. Just as the ancient Greeks used the horse to breach Troy's defenses, modern hackers use these digital Trojans to bypass security measures, steal sensitive information, or disrupt operations. The parallels are striking. Both rely on deception, exploiting trust to achieve their goals. This connection highlights how ancient myths continue to shape our understanding of modern threats, offering a framework for recognizing and combating them. Beyond cybersecurity, the Trojan horse myth also resonates in the world of espionage and political intrigue. Stories of double agents, covert operations, and elaborate schemes often draw inspiration from this ancient tale. Films like Mission, Impossible, and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy echo the themes of hidden motives and calculated risks, reminding us that appearances can be deceiving. The myth's enduring relevance lies in its exploration of human ingenuity and the moral complexities of using deception as a tool for victory. It challenges us to question what we see and to remain vigilant against the unseen dangers that may lurk beneath the surface. As we prepare to explore the next myth, we'll see how ancient stories of ambition and consequence continue to shape our modern narratives, proving that the lessons of the past are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Now, as we step into the realm of self-reflection and obsession, we encounter the myth of Narcissus, a tale that has profoundly shaped our understanding of human behavior and psychology. This ancient Greek story revolves around a young man named Narcissus, renowned for his extraordinary beauty. However, his vanity and inability to love anyone but himself led to his downfall. According to the myth, Narcissus became so enamored with his own reflection in a pool of water that he could not tear himself away, eventually wasting away and transforming into the flower that bears his name. This poignant story serves as the origin of the term narcissism, a concept that has become central to modern psychology, describing excessive self-love and a lack of empathy for others. The myth of Narcissus continues to resonate in contemporary storytelling, offering a lens through which we explore themes of vanity, identity, and the dangers of unchecked self-absorption. In literature, F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby provides a striking example of narcissistic behavior through its titular character, J. Gatsby. Gatsby's obsession with recreating the past and his idealized vision of himself and his love, Daisy, mirrors Narcissus's fixation on his reflection. Both characters are consumed by their own illusions, ultimately leading to their tragic end. This parallel highlights how ancient myths like that of Narcissus provide timeless insights into the complexities of human nature. In modern media, the myth's influence extends to shows like Black Mirror, which often delves into the darker aspects of technology and human psychology. In the episode Nosedive, the protagonist's relentless pursuit of social validation through a rating system reflects the narcissistic tendencies rooted in the myth. The episode serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of living for external approval, much like Narcissus's fatal obsession with his own image. These modern interpretations remind us that the lessons of ancient myths are not confined to the past. They continue to offer profound commentary on contemporary issues. As we move forward, we'll explore how myths of ambition and consequence, like that of Icarus, further illuminate the human condition, proving that these ancient stories remain as relevant today as they were in antiquity. Now, as we soar into the realm of ambition and its consequences, we encounter the myth of Icarus, a story that has become synonymous with the dangers of overreaching and unchecked pride. In this ancient Greek tale, Icarus and his father, Daedalus, attempt to escape imprisonment by crafting wings made of feathers and wax. Daedalus warns his son not to fly too close to the sun, as the heat would melt the wax, nor too close to the sea, as the moisture would weigh down the feathers. But Icarus, intoxicated by the thrill of flight and his own daring, ignores his father's advice. He soars higher and higher, only for the sun's heat to destroy his wings, sending him plummeting into the sea. This tragic tale serves as a timeless warning about the perils of hubris, excessive pride or self-confidence, and the consequences of ignoring wise counsel. The myth of Icarus has left an indelible mark on modern storytelling, often serving as a cautionary framework for narratives about ambition and its pitfalls. In the 1986 film The Fly, the protagonist's relentless pursuit of scientific innovation leads to his transformation into a monstrous hybrid, mirroring Icarus's fatal flaw. Both stories explore the idea that pushing boundaries without considering the risks can lead to catastrophic outcomes. Similarly, in the Iron Man franchise, Tony Stark's genius and ambition often place him in perilous situations. His journey reflects the duality of innovation, its potential to uplift and destroy, echoing the myth's central theme of balancing ambition with humility. These modern adaptations remind us that the lessons of Icarus are not confined to ancient texts. They resonate in our own lives, urging us to reflect on the fine line between aspiration and recklessness. Whether in science, art, or personal endeavors, the myth of Icarus continues to serve as a powerful metaphor for the human condition, challenging us to pursue our dreams while remaining grounded in wisdom and restraint. As we turn to the next chapter, we'll explore how myths of transformation and monstrosity, like that of Medusa, reveal deeper truths about power, fear, and identity, proving once again that these ancient stories remain as relevant today as they were in antiquity. Now, as we shift our gaze to the myth of Medusa, we uncover a story that has been both feared and reimagined across centuries. Medusa, once a beautiful maiden, was transformed into a gorgon with snakes for hair and a gaze that turned onlookers to stone. This transformation, often attributed to the wrath of the goddess Athena, has been interpreted in countless ways, but at its core, it speaks to themes of power, fear, and the complexities of identity. Medusa's story is not just one of monstrosity, but also of vulnerability and the consequences of divine retribution. In modern culture, Medusa's myth has been reinterpreted to explore the duality of female power and the societal fears surrounding it. In the 1981 film Clash of the Titans, Medusa is portrayed as a terrifying antagonist, her monstrous form embodying the dangers of unchecked female agency. Yet, even in this portrayal, there's an undercurrent of sympathy for her cursed existence. Similarly, in Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, Medusa is reimagined as a complex character, blending her monstrous traits with a tragic backstory that highlights her humanity. These adaptations challenge the traditional narrative, inviting audiences to see Medusa not just as a villain but as a figure shaped by forces beyond her control. The myth of Medusa also resonates in contemporary discussions about female empowerment and the reclaiming of narratives. In recent years, Medusa has become a symbol of resistance and strength, her image used in art and activism to challenge stereotypes and reclaim agency. This reinterpretation reflects a broader cultural shift, where ancient myths are being re-examined through modern lenses to address issues of gender, power, and identity. As we prepare to delve into the next myth, we'll explore how stories of love and loss, like that of Orpheus and Eurydice, continue to inspire modern tales of heartbreak and resilience, reminding us once again of the timeless power of these ancient narratives. Now turning to the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, we encounter one of the most poignant tales of love and loss in Greek mythology. Orpheus, a gifted musician, and Eurydice, his beloved wife, faced a tragedy that would test the limits of devotion and the power of art. When Eurydice died from a snake bite, Orpheus, heartbroken, ventured into the underworld to bring her back. His music moved even Hades, the god of the dead, who allowed Eurydice to return to the living world on one condition. Orpheus must not look back at her until they reached the surface, but in a moment of doubt and longing he turned, and Eurydice was lost to him forever. This myth has become a timeless exploration of love, grief, and the human struggle against fate. Its themes resonate deeply in modern storytelling, where the tension between hope and despair and the fragility of second chances continue to captivate audiences. In the 2016 film La La Land, the bittersweet ending mirrors Orpheus and Eurydice's story, as the characters must confront the reality of their choices and the paths they cannot retrace. The film's emotional weight draws directly from the myth's exploration of love that endures despite separation. Similarly, the musical Hadestown reimagines the myth in a modern, industrial setting, blending folk and jazz to tell a story of resilience and the cost of hope. Through its haunting melodies and layered characters, Hadestown captures the essence of Orpheus and Eurydice's journey, emphasizing the cyclical nature of loss and the enduring power of love. These adaptations remind us that the myth's core themes, longing, sacrifice, and the fragility of human connection, are as relevant today as they were in ancient times. As we move forward, we'll explore how the myth of Prometheus, with its themes of rebellion and innovation, continues to inspire modern narratives about the consequences of challenging the status quo. This next chapter will reveal how ancient myths still shape our understanding of ambition and its costs. Now shifting our focus to the myth of Prometheus, we uncover a tale of defiance and ingenuity that has left an indelible mark on modern storytelling. Prometheus, a titan in Greek mythology, defied the gods by stealing fire from Mount Olympus and giving it to humanity. This act of rebellion not only empowered humans with knowledge and technology, but also came at a great cost. As punishment, Zeus condemned Prometheus to eternal torment, chained to a rock where an eagle would feast on his liver each day, only for it to regenerate and the cycle to repeat. This myth has become a powerful symbol of rebellion against authority and the pursuit of progress, even in the face of dire consequences. Its themes resonate deeply in modern narratives that explore the ethical dilemmas of innovation and the price of challenging the status quo. One of the most iconic examples is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, often referred to as the modern Prometheus. In Shelley's novel, Dr. Victor Frankenstein's quest to create life mirrors Prometheus's act of giving fire to humanity. Both stories grapple with the consequences of overreaching ambition and the moral responsibilities that come with wielding great power. Frankenstein's creation, like Prometheus's gift, brings both enlightenment and destruction, highlighting the dual nature of progress. Similarly, the Matrix trilogy draws heavily from the Prometheus myth, particularly in its exploration of rebellion and the quest for truth. Neo, the protagonist, embodies the spirit of Prometheus as he challenges the oppressive system of the Matrix to free humanity from ignorance and control. The films delve into themes of sacrifice, the cost of enlightenment, and the struggle against seemingly insurmountable forces, all of which echo the timeless lessons of Prometheus's story. These modern interpretations remind us that the myth of Prometheus is not just an ancient tale, but a reflection of humanity's enduring struggle to push boundaries and seek knowledge, even when faced with great risks. As we continue, we'll explore how the myth of King Midas, with its cautionary themes of greed and unintended consequences, continues to shape our understanding of desire and its pitfalls. Now turning to the myth of King Midas, we encounter a story that serves as a timeless warning about the dangers of unchecked desire. In Greek mythology, King Midas was granted a wish by the god Dionysus as a reward for his kindness. Midas, driven by greed, wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. At first, this seemed like a dream come true as he transformed ordinary objects into precious metal. But the dream quickly turned into a nightmare when he realized that even food, drink, and his beloved daughter turned to gold at his touch. The myth ends with Midas begging Dionysus to revoke the curse, teaching us that wealth and power come at a cost. This cautionary tale has echoed through the centuries, finding its way into modern stories that explore the consequences of greed and the pursuit of material wealth. One of the most direct references is the phrase, the Midas touch, often used to describe someone who has an uncanny ability to succeed financially. However, the phrase also carries a darker undertone, hinting at the potential for isolation and loss that can accompany such success. In popular culture, this duality is explored in works like the 1934 film The Midas Touch, where the protagonist's relentless pursuit of wealth leads to personal ruin. Another striking modern interpretation of the Midas myth can be found in the critically acclaimed series Breaking Bad. Walter White, the show's protagonist, starts as a humble chemistry teacher but transforms into a ruthless drug kingpin. His initial goal is to secure financial stability for his family, but his insatiable greed and desire for power lead him down a path of destruction. Like Midas, Walter's golden touch brings him immense wealth, but at the cost of his relationships, morality, and ultimately his life. The series masterfully mirrors the myth's central theme, the corrupting influence of greed and the inevitable consequences of overreaching ambition. These modern retellings remind us that the myth of King Midas is more than just an ancient story. It's a powerful reflection of humanity's struggle with desire and the often devastating consequences of prioritizing material gain over human connection. As we move forward, we'll delve into the myth of Osiris and Isis, a tale of love, resurrection, and the enduring power of devotion. Now shifting our focus to the myth of Osiris and Isis, we step into a story that intertwines love, betrayal, and the promise of resurrection. In ancient Egyptian mythology, Osiris, the god of the afterlife, was murdered by his jealous brother Set, who dismembered his body and scattered the pieces across Egypt. Isis, Osiris' devoted wife and sister, embarked on a relentless quest to recover his remains. Through her unwavering love and magical prowess, she managed to reassemble his body and briefly bring him back to life, allowing them to conceive their son, Horus. Though Osiris could not remain among the living, he became the ruler of the underworld, symbolizing eternal life and renewal. This myth of resurrection and undying love has left a profound mark on modern storytelling, resonating in tales that explore themes of loss, devotion, and the triumph of love over death. One of the most iconic examples is the 1999 film The Mummy, where the character of Ankh-Sunamun, much like Osiris, is resurrected through ancient rituals. The film's central love story between Rick O'Connell and Evelyn Carnahan echoes the enduring bond between Osiris and Isis, emphasizing the lengths to which love can drive us to overcome even the most insurmountable odds. Another striking modern parallel can be found in Disney's The Lion King. While not a direct retelling, the film draws heavily from the Osiris myth. Mufasa, the wise and noble king, is betrayed and killed by his brother Scar, mirroring Osiris' fate. Simba, Mufasa's son, represents Horus, the rightful heir who must reclaim his throne and restore balance. The themes of resurrection and renewal are subtly woven into the narrative, as Simba's journey symbolizes the cyclical nature of life and the enduring legacy of those who came before. These modern interpretations remind us that the myth of Osiris and Isis is more than an ancient tale. It's a timeless exploration of love's power to transcend death and the hope of renewal that lies at the heart of the human experience. As we prepare to explore our final myth, the story of Loki, we'll see how tricksters and antiheroes continue to captivate our imaginations, shaping the way we understand complexity and moral ambiguity in modern storytelling. Now stepping into the realm of Norse mythology, we encounter Loki, the ultimate trickster and one of the most complex figures in ancient storytelling. Known for his cunning, wit, and unpredictable nature, Loki is neither fully good nor entirely evil. He's a shapeshifter, both literally and figuratively, embodying chaos and mischief while often playing a pivotal role in the fates of gods and mortals alike. In the Norse myths, Loki's actions range from cleverly solving problems to causing catastrophic events, such as orchestrating the death of the beloved god Balder. His duality makes him a fascinating character, one who challenges the boundaries of morality and keeps the gods on their toes. This ancient myth of Loki has had a profound influence on modern portrayals of tricksters and antiheroes. Take Marvel's Loki, for instance, a character who has become a cultural icon in his own right. While the Marvel version takes creative liberties, the core essence of Loki as a cunning, morally ambiguous figure remains true to his mythological roots. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Loki is a master manipulator, constantly shifting alliances and motivations. His charm, intelligence, and vulnerability make him a fan favorite, embodying the same complexity that made the original Norse Loki so compelling. But Loki's influence extends beyond Marvel. The archetype of the trickster appears in countless modern stories, from the mischievous Puck in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream to the enigmatic Mr. Wednesday in Neil Gaiman's American Gods. These characters, like Loki, challenge authority, disrupt order, and force others to question their assumptions. They remind us that not all heroes wear capes and not all villains are purely evil. Instead, they occupy the gray areas of morality, reflecting the complexities of human nature. The enduring appeal of Loki and trickster figures lies in their ability to mirror our own struggles with identity, morality, and the consequences of our choices. They remind us that life is rarely black and white, and that even the most flawed individuals can play a crucial role in shaping the world around them. As we conclude our journey through these 25 ancient myths, it's clear that these stories are far more than relics of the past. They are living narratives that continue to inspire, challenge, and shape the way we understand ourselves and the world today. If you've enjoyed this exploration of ancient myths and their modern influences, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape our culture. Let us know in the comments which myth resonated with you the most. We'd love to hear your thoughts. As we bring this journey through 25 ancient myths to a close, it's remarkable to see just how deeply these stories are woven into the fabric of modern culture. From the creation myths that inspire our understanding of the universe to the heroic tales that shape our favorite blockbuster films, these ancient narratives are far more than relics of the past. They are timeless reflections of human nature, morality, and creativity, offering insights that resonate across generations. Each myth we've explored, whether it's the cunning of Loki, the resilience of Odysseus, or the cautionary tale of Icarus, has left an indelible mark on the way we tell stories today. They remind us of the universal themes that connect us all: the struggle between good and evil, the pursuit of knowledge, the consequences of hubris, and the enduring power of love and sacrifice. These myths are not just stories, they are mirrors that reflect our deepest fears, desires, and aspirations. What's truly fascinating is how these ancient tales continue to evolve, finding new life in modern adaptations. From the Marvel Cinematic Universe to literary masterpieces, from video games to environmental narratives, these myths are constantly reinterpreted, proving their relevance in an ever-changing world. They challenge us to think critically, to question our assumptions, and to explore the complexities of the human experience. So, as we wrap up, I encourage you to dive deeper into these myths. Explore the original stories, discover their modern interpretations, and see how they resonate with your own life. Which myth spoke to you the most? Was it the tragic love of Orpheus and Eurydice, the rebellious spirit of Prometheus, or the epic battles of the Trojan War? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and favorite modern takes on these timeless tales. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient myths and their enduring influence, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the myths that continue to inspire, challenge, and connect us all. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the stories that make us who we are.